My name is Reinier Guerrero Alvarez. I was born in Cuba. I live in France. I live in Lyon. And I play the baroque violin. I am the chief of the second violins in the Orchestre Baroque de l'Opéra Royal de Versailles. I started the music when I was 8 years old. I start like every little kid with a little violin. It doesn't sound very good during that time, but then I grew up. I make the University of Arts in Cuba, the country where I was born. Then I moved to France to make the Superior Conservatory of Music in Lyon. My specialty was the baroque violin and the ancient music. In between, I played in many modern orchestras and baroque orchestras, like the Symphonic Orchestra of Havana in Cuba. The first conservatory I ever made in ancient music was in Lyon, and I still live in Lyon. I work in France with different orchestras, and mainly during this last years with the orchestra of Versailles. How music was made, how the composers that wrote all that kind of music they used to think. That was my main interest in ancient music. Way of playing, which kind of instruments, tools to build the instruments during that time. So for me, baroque music is like everything in life somehow. It's a consequence of medieval music, is a consequence of Renaissance music, as Beethoven music is a consequence of baroque music too. Yeah, until jazz today. Or it could sound like a cliche, this relationship between baroque music and jazz, but actually there are a lot of points in common. First of all, the most visible common place for baroque music and jazz is the improvisation. In baroque music, not everything is written there. There is a big amount of things that you have to put yourself. Like a player, you know. The composer gives you a kind of sketch of what should be done, and then you have to put the rest of it. During the time of Beethoven and then Berlioz, later composers, they start to write exactly what they want to be played. It is not the same thing in baroque music. In baroque music, you have Vivaldi, you have Corelli, you have French composers, Maramarez, you have, and they put in the score like the skeleton of music somehow, and he put something of himself. It's like, in this point of view, we can compare with the jazz, where you have a standard melody or standard bass or something, and then the player puts all this together somehow. I have this story when I was in Lyon in the conservatory. The main chief of ancient music department, he came to listen some auditions, exams, stuff, And I was playing a Bach sonata with a friend in the harpsichord. And at the end, he came to me, the main chief of the department, and he says, "Yeah, wow, it was wonderful. It was very new. This kind of playing, this sonata. I'm wondering if it's not more or less Cuban somehow in the interior." And I said to him, "It will not be like Swedish or Norwegian. I am Cuban. What I put inside, it's me. So somehow, yeah, maybe there is something about the rhythm, or that could make think that there is something about Cuba on it, even if it's Bach, or yeah, we are what we are." We all know when we play Baroque music, the relationship between Baroque music and vocal music is very close. The art of singing is something that takes a huge place in Baroque music. And the program we were playing in Seoul was mostly, and this approaching each other, the singer to the instruments and the instruments to the singer, for me is an exciting challenge, even more than just instrumental music. But it's a classic setting. It's a classic setting. Like we played also a piece with two oboes, an instrumental piece from some Handel opera, but the singing pieces are my favorites, because they are delicate, and there is energy on it, and there is the text, because for me the text says a lot about the character we have to put on it. And yeah, for me it's challenging and exciting, the vocal part of the program we played in Seoul. I cannot say I have one favorite piece. I'm in love of all this music, actually. I don't know how to